I feel really powerless. It's more of my dreams slipping away. It's more of what I hoped for slipping away. I just don't know how to let it go.
So we've got a big payment coming due, and with the family falling apart, we got to figure out what we're going to do.
So if we don't
This admission is more than a celebrity headline. It reflects the very real human challenges that exist behind polished reality TV storylines. Addiction is not selective. It affects people across every background, community, and level of fame. Christine's statement serves as a reminder that reality television stars, despite the fame and visibility, encounter the same vulnerabilities and battles as anyone else. To fully understand the significance of Christine's admission, it is necessary to revisit the context of her life, her central role on Sister Wives, her history within a complex plural marriage, and her journey toward independence and healing. The cultural impact of Sister Wives. Origins of the show. When TLC premiered Sister Wives in September 2010, it introduced audiences to a family dynamic rarely seen on mainstream television. At its center was Kody Brown, a man navigating marriage with 4 wives: Mary, Janelle, Christine, and later, Robyn. Together, they formed a family that challenged conventional ideas of marriage, family structure, and faith.
One big family anymore.
The show's initial purpose was not rooted in sensationalism, but in normalization.
Everything with Mary,
the Browns themselves stated that they wanted the world to see them as ordinary people who simply lived in a plural marriage. They cooked meals, raised children, went to work, and celebrated milestones, like any family. Yet, the concept was undeniably groundbreaking. For some viewers, it was an opportunity to better understand a lifestyle that had often been hidden. For others, it became a source of criticism or discomfort. Regardless of perspective, Sister Wives sparked dialogue across dinner tables, classrooms, and even religious circles. Audience reactions and growth. The show quickly gained a loyal fan base. Viewers tuned in not only for the novelty of the family structure but also for the relatable interpersonal drama. Disagreements between spouses, parenting decisions, and financial struggles all played out on screen.
Christine's house.
Christine Brown, in particular, became a fan favorite.
I mean, there could
She
be
was
some
warm,
healing this
humorous,
year.
and deeply
This
maternal.
next year coming up.
She often brought levity to situations that were otherwise tense. Many viewers connected with her vulnerability, as she openly expressed her insecurities within the plural marriage. The longevity of the series. Over time, Sister Wives became more than just a reality show, it became a cultural case study. While initially framed around plural marriage, the show increasingly shifted toward broader themes: the complexities of marriage, the challenges of raising children, and the search for personal happiness.
Of myself.
By its 20th season, the series had chronicled divorces, separations, new beginnings, and major life transitions. Christine's departure from her marriage to Kody Brown in 2021 marked a turning point not only in her personal life, but also in the direction of the show. Christine Brown's early life and personality. Childhood and background. Christine Brown, née Allred, was born in 1972 and raised in a family that practiced plural marriage. Growing up in this environment gave her a sense of familiarity with the lifestyle, which later influenced her decision to enter a plural marriage with Kody Brown. From an early age, Christine was described as cheerful, nurturing, and committed to her faith. Friends and family often noted her ability to bring people together, her sense of humor, and her deep care for others. Marriage to Kody Brown. In 1994, Christine became Kody Brown's third wife. By this time, Kody was already spiritually married to Mary and Janelle. Christine's entry into the family expanded the household both emotionally and practically. She went on to have 6 children with Kody, and her role within the family was largely centered around motherhood. On Sister Wives, Christine was often portrayed in the kitchen, helping with meals, or engaging with the children. Her presence was vital, not only as a wife but also as a balancing force within the household. Yet, underneath her laughter and positivity, Christine often expressed feelings of neglect and emotional distance from Kody. These struggles became more pronounced in later seasons, as Christine voiced her desire for a more fulfilling marriage and personal identity. A hidden struggle, the context of oxycodone. What is oxycodone? Oxycodone is a prescription opioid often prescribed to treat moderate to severe pain. While effective for medical use, it carries a high risk of dependence and addiction. Over the past 2 decades, the United States has faced a major opioid crisis, with millions of individuals affected by prescription drug misuse.
That doesn't know how to let it go.
In this context, Christine's admission is not an isolated incident. Instead, it places her within a larger national conversation about prescription drugs, pain management, and the stigma surrounding addiction. Christine's statement. Unlike some reality stars who have faced public meltdowns or arrests tied to substance abuse, Christine's experience was largely private until her own decision to speak openly. This choice to reveal her story demonstrates courage, but also a desire to separate her authentic self from the character that audiences thought they knew. Her words, "I didn't feel like me," encapsulate the essence of many addiction journeys, the sense of losing touch with one's identity, relationships, and daily purpose. Path to oxycodone use. Medical beginnings. Like many who become dependent on prescription opioids, Christine's use reportedly began with legitimate medical reasons. Oxycodone is often prescribed following surgeries, injuries, or chronic pain conditions. Its effectiveness in pain management can quickly blur the line between treatment and dependence. For Christine, the medication may have initially provided necessary relief, but over time, the chemical reliance began to alter her emotional and psychological balance. The slippery slope. Addiction rarely happens overnight. The progression can be subtle: an extra pill to ease discomfort, a habit of reaching for medication not only for pain but also for stress or emotional strain. In the high-stress environment of reality TV, where personal lives are constantly scrutinized, the temptation to self-medicate is strong. Christine has not provided every detail of her journey, but her candid acknowledgement that she no longer felt like herself indicates that the addiction had reached a point where it affected her sense of identity and daily functioning.
I can't speak for Kody and Christine.
Emotional consequences.
I kept my distance.
A distorted
and did
sense
not
of self.
Great Christine.
Christine's statement reflects a common theme in addiction: the disconnection from self. For a woman known for her warmth, humor, and authenticity, losing that sense of self was profoundly destabilizing. It was not only about physical dependence, it was about looking in the mirror and struggling to recognize the person reflected back. Fans who admired her joyful demeanor may not have realized that behind that smile, she was grappling with an internal storm. Strain on relationships. Addiction often creates ripples across relationships, and Christine's experience was no different. While she has not publicly described every detail of how oxycodone affected her family dynamics, it is reasonable, without speculation, to recognize the stress addiction places on marriages, children, and extended family. Christine was not only a wife to Kody but also a mother to 6 children, a sister wife to 3 other women, and a public figure. Balancing these roles under the shadow of addiction must have been a profound challenge. Impact within the sister wives' household. Plural marriage stressors. Living in a plural marriage already brought layers of emotional complexity. Christine often expressed feelings of jealousy, neglect, and insecurity on the show. She struggled with Kody's affection toward his other wives and felt marginalized in decision-making processes. The added burden of oxycodone dependency would have amplified these struggles. While the show did not explicitly depict this part of her journey, her later revelation casts new light on the emotional turmoil viewers witnessed during certain seasons.
It's been tough.
Hidden pain in plain sight. Fans may now revisit old episodes with fresh perspective. When Christine appeared unusually quiet, insecure, or emotionally distant, was it solely due to marital strife, or was addiction also playing a role? Though the public can never fully know, Christine's honesty adds depth to those moments. It highlights how reality stars often present a fraction of their reality while concealing deeply personal challenges. Recovery, the turning point. Recognizing the problem. For many battling addiction, the first step toward recovery is the most difficult: acknowledging there is a problem. Christine's eventual ability to say, "I didn't feel like me," demonstrates that she reached a breaking point where denial was no longer possible. This recognition did not erase the pain, but it opened the door to healing. Support systems. Recovery from addiction rarely happens in isolation. It requires medical guidance, personal resilience, and the support of family or community. While Christine has not shared every detail of her recovery process, it is clear that she had people in her life who encouraged and uplifted her during that time. For Christine, her children may have been a major motivator. As a mother, her love for them has always been evident. The desire to be present, authentic, and healthy for them likely fueled her determination to overcome addiction. Reclaiming her identity. In interviews and public appearances, Christine today radiates confidence and joy. She has remarried, embraced independence, and established a life outside of Kody Brown's shadow. Her openness about addiction is not framed as a story of defeat but as a narrative of reclamation, reclaiming her health, her identity, and her sense of purpose.
It's not fun.
Public and fan reactions. On camera, Christine expressed her frustration with being treated as less than. She wanted not just presence but partnership, emotional intimacy, respect, and priority. In many ways, her addiction recovery journey gave her the clarity to see what she wanted and deserved. Once she reclaimed her identity, settling for emotional neglect no longer felt tolerable. Her decision to leave Kody in 2021 marked one of the most significant turning points in Sister Wives history. It was not only the dissolution of a decades-long marriage, but also the unraveling of the family structure that had defined the show since its inception. The courage to walk away. A personal declaration. When Christine announced her separation from Kody on social media, she framed it as a deeply personal choice. "I have decided to leave. Kody and I have grown apart, and while I will always respect him, I am moving forward with my life." This declaration shocked fans and even her co-wives, but for those who had closely followed the show, it felt inevitable. Empowerment through recovery. Her past oxycodone struggle plays a subtle but important role here. Addiction had once made her feel powerless, disconnected, and unlike herself. Recovery, on the other hand, reintroduced her to her true identity, one that valued self-respect, autonomy, and emotional well-being. In walking away from Kody, Christine demonstrated that her recovery was not just about sobriety, it was about reclaiming her voice. Redefining family dynamics. The children's perspective. Christine and Kody share 6 children: Aspen, Michaelty, Paydon, Gwendolyn, Isabel, and Truly. Throughout the years, Christine has been portrayed as a deeply devoted mother, and her decision to leave was made with them in mind. For younger children like Truly, the separation meant a shift in daily family life. For older children, it represented their mother's strength and determination to seek happiness on her own terms. Some of Christine's children, such as Gwendolyn, later spoke publicly about their support for her decision, reinforcing that Christine was not acting in isolation but with her family's emotional backing. Kody and the remaining wives. Christine's departure inevitably altered the balance within the Brown family. Mary and Janelle faced their own strains with Kody, while Robyn remained his closest partner. Though the show continued, Christine's absence was strongly felt, underscoring just how central she had been to the narrative. Fans often described her as the heart of the family, the one who injected humor, warmth, and emotional candor. A new beginning, Christine's life after Kody. Relocating and rebuilding. After leaving Kody, Christine relocated to Utah, the state where many of her children lived and where she felt more supported. This move was symbolic as much as it was practical. It signified a break from the shared household structure in Arizona and a step toward creating a life entirely of her choosing. She began to thrive in her independence, hosting online cooking shows, engaging with fans, and sharing glimpses of her daily life on social media. Followers noted how much brighter and more joyful she seemed in her new environment. Public reception. Fans overwhelmingly supported Christine's choice. Social media was filled with messages like, "You look happier than ever. This is the Christine we always loved. Your strength inspires us." Her journey resonated with viewers who had experienced toxic relationships themselves. Christine became more than just a reality star, she became a symbol of resilience. Love after loss. Meeting David Woolley. A new relationship. In early 2023, Christine went public with her relationship with David Woolley, a widower and businessman. The announcement surprised fans but was met with celebration. After years of watching Christine struggle for affection within a plural marriage, viewers were delighted to see her find joy in a monogamous partnership. David was openly affectionate, supportive, and eager to share life with Christine. Photos on social media showed them traveling, attending events, and enjoying time with their blended families. A second chance at happiness. Christine herself described the relationship as healing. After years of emotional neglect, she was experiencing what she called true partnership. The difference was not just in who she was with but in who she had become. Recovery and independence had given her the confidence to embrace love on her own terms. This time, she was not sacrificing her identity, she was celebrating it. The broader message. Christine's story is not just about leaving a marriage or starting a new one. It is about the trajectory from struggle to strength. The coverage generally avoided sensationalism. Instead, journalists contextualized her confession within broader issues: the opioid crisis in America, the pressures of reality TV, and the ongoing evolution of sister wives. Addiction awareness. Some media organizations used Christine's story to spotlight the opioid epidemic. Articles explained the risks of oxycodone dependence and pointed out that addiction can affect anyone, celebrities, parents, and ordinary individuals alike. Christine's status as a beloved reality star helped destigmatize the conversation. Her openness encouraged viewers to see addiction not as a moral failing but as a health issue requiring compassion and treatment. The cultural significance. Reality TV and vulnerability. Reality television has often been criticized for glamorizing drama or exploiting personal struggles. But Christine's disclosure represented the other side of the coin: how reality stars can use their platforms to shed light on issues that matter. Her story demonstrated that authenticity, even when painful, can have a positive cultural impact. By being open, she turned what could have been a private struggle into a public teaching moment. The broader conversation on women and identity. Christine's journey also resonated with broader cultural conversations about women reclaiming their identities. For years, she lived in a plural marriage where her role was often defined in relation to Kody and the other wives. Her addiction and recovery added another layer to that narrative. It showed that reclaiming identity isn't just about leaving a relationship, it's about confronting internal battles and choosing growth. Impact on the Sister Wives franchise. Shifting storylines. Christine's departure from Kody and her candidness about personal struggles shifted the focus of Sister Wives. What began as a show about plural marriage became a story of resilience, transformation, and individual freedom. Viewers began tuning in not only to see the family's dynamics but also to witness Christine's evolution. Her journey gave the series new emotional depth, attracting both loyal fans and new audiences. The generational shift. Another layer of cultural significance lies in the choices of the Brown children. While Kody and his wives originally aimed to normalize plural marriage, many of their children, Christine's included, have chosen monogamy or different lifestyles altogether. Christine's honesty about her own struggles aligns with this generational shift, a move toward authenticity, individual choice, and mainstream values rather than strictly following the family's past traditions. Since its premiere in 2010, TLC's Sister Wives has documented the unique journey of Kody Brown and his family. At the center of the program is Kody himself, a man who openly shared his plural marriage with the world. The show introduced his wives, Mary, Janelle, Christine, and Robyn, along with their many children, presenting an inside look at a lifestyle rarely portrayed on mainstream television. This script takes a neutral approach, examining the history of Kody Brown, the development of the series, the dynamics within the Brown family, the cultural discussions it sparked, and the changes that have unfolded over time. The goal is not to sensationalize, but to provide a comprehensive, factual account of the Sister Wives phenomenon, focusing particularly on Kody Brown's role as husband, father, and public figure. Chapter 1: Early Life of Kody Brown. Kody Wynn Brown was born on January 17, 1969, in Lavelle, Wyoming. Raised in a religious environment, his early years shaped his eventual embrace of plural marriage. His father, William Wynn Brown, practiced polygamy later in life, and this decision influenced Kody's own spiritual path. Growing up, Kody was described as energetic and ambitious. He developed a fascination with leadership roles, and from a young age, he was drawn to ideas of faith, family, and community. His upbringing in a rural setting also instilled values of resilience and adaptability, traits that would later prove significant as he managed a very public plural household. Chapter 2: Religious Foundations. The Browns are associated with the Apostolic United Brethren (AUB), a fundamentalist Mormon group that, unlike the mainstream LDS Church, continues to endorse plural marriage. For Kody, faith played a central role in shaping his family life. The belief that plural marriage could be a spiritual calling guided many of his choices. In interviews, Kody has often emphasized that his decision to live a polygamist lifestyle was not made lightly. He described it as a journey of prayer, reflection, and conviction. This foundation would later be a key theme in Sister Wives, the presentation of polygamy as not just a cultural practice but also a spiritual one for those who believe in its principles. Chapter 3: Meeting his first wife, Mary. In 1990, Kody met Mary Barber. The two quickly developed a close bond, and they married on April 21, 1990. Mary became Kody's first wife and played a pivotal role in helping establish the household that would later expand into a plural family. Their marriage began like many traditional unions, but within their faith community.